Hey traders, this is Okana here, and this time it's Japanese Candlesticks for Beginners Part 6. 7 bearish reversal patterns to find and identify in an uptrend. So these are bearish reversal patterns, we want to look for them in an uptrend. And before we move on, I'm going to mention the background here is just for show, so don't mind it. If you want, you can copy my lines here. Actually, I took a trade here today, you see, based on the trend line here and the resistance line here. So if you want to copy my resistance support lines, you feel free to do that. So that's why I have it. So don't mind the background, doesn't have much to do with the video. We are gonna look in uptrends, so price going up, we're looking in uptrends. For the candle patterns, I'm going to show you 7 bearish reversal candlestick formations, and we will look for them in an uptrend. When you search for them, you should look in an uptrend to see if you find out those patterns. So don't mind the charts here, I just leave it on if you wanna copy my lines. I will show you pictures of the 7 bearish reversal patterns, and we will go through them one by one, so just pay attention to what I say. So remember, in the previous video we talked about bullish reversals that we would find in a downtrend. So this time, however, we are looking for candlestick formations that indicate bearish reversal affinity, and of course we will be looking for those in an uptrend, as I mentioned before, because we want to see whether the bears are coming back or not. So the following 7 candlestick formations that I will talk about must be searched for in an uptrend. So remember that. Before we move on, also remember that you need further confirmation, additional confirmations. So don't just jump in a trade after recognizing a pattern. And these are textbook candlestick patterns that I will show you. The real market might differ. I know I've said this before, but in case you haven't seen the previous videos, watch them so you understand how the candlesticks work, and that you need further confirmations. So let's start with number 1. So I'll show you the pictures here, we can focus on them. Bearish breakaway is the first one. So as I said, this pattern can be found in an uptrend, preferably near a resistance line, at where price has created either a high, or if you want to call it a peak or a top, a higher high where it's overbought, for example. And the first candlestick, as you see, it's a bullish candlestick, it's rushing up towards resistance, and then the 3 following bullish and white candlesticks indicate that the volume of bulls are getting lower. You see, they're not as big, as volatile as before, and they're not reaching that higher up. So perhaps there's a resistance line somewhere here, and so they're losing strength. But it's not until the black candlestick, the 5th one, that you will know that the bears have entered the market now. This candlestick opens slightly lower, as you can see, slightly lower than the last one, than the short bull candles before it, and closes below them in a way that it closes the gap between the first white candle and the 3 shorter candlesticks. So this indicates a bearish reversal. So you can see this, it opened lower and then it closed here. So it's closing the gap between this one and the 3 bullish candlesticks. So it indicates a bearish reversal. So if you don't know, remember that you need more confirmations. If you don't know how to see more confirmations, you need to learn price action. You can watch the price action playlist and the trend analysis, so you can understand how to get more confirmations. So we should move on to bearish dark cloud cover. This is number 2, bearish reversal pattern number 2. Bearish dark cloud cover. This one pretty much speaks for itself, right? You have the bulls rushing towards resistance, and once reaching, the bears enter the market with a rather large volume, pushing the price down and closing it bearish. See the black candlestick? You should be careful, of course, after such a long bearish candle. There might be a small retracement back up towards resistance before price actually falls. So remember your confirmations. But as you can see, after this candle, the bearish one opened up here, went up a little bit, and then as the candle wick indicates, it was pushed down, and then it was pushed down all the way down here, pushed up a little bit, closed here. So this opened with a gap actually up here, and then was failed. So the bears entered the market, pushed it down. So I think we can move to bearish reversal pattern number 3, which is called bearish upside gap 2 crows. In this case, we see price nearing resistance with a bullish candle once again, in an uptrend, of course. The white one in the picture, as you can see here, coming up. So perhaps there is a resistance somewhere here. The next candle, see the black bearish one, is opened with a gap. Remember that bulls open low and close high, right? But bears open above on the body and below. Okay, so after this candle closed up here, the next candle, so this one, opened with a huge gap here, and then tried to go up, as you can see, as indicated by the candle wick, failed, was pushed down, trying to close the gap, and closed here. And then the next one also opened with a gap. It opened here. You see, upside gap 2 crows. Okay, so these are the 2 crows. Upside gap is these 2. So another upside gap, and then another failure. And this time it closes below the other one, closes the gap, almost closes below there here, actually below the ending of the bull candlestick. So indicating that the bears are taking charge now, finally. So this is what happened. So this is another bearish reversal signal in an uptrend. We can move on to number 4, bearish 3 outside down. Can you guess what happened here? 3 outside down formation. Can you guess after seeing the previous ones? Okay, so what happened once again in an uptrend, price is coming towards a potential resistance line, and then you have another short gap here, price opening here, trying to go up, but probably the sellers enter the market here and then pushed it down and all the way down, closing below the bullish candlestick here. Okay, closing below, and then the other one, the next candlestick actually opens with a gap up here, tries to go up but then fails, closes below the previous 2 candlesticks. So indicating the bears are completely in charge here. Bearish 3 outside down. Remember the name because we will also talk about inside down later on. So this is the outside down because it opens outside and closes outside. So number 5, bearish evening doji. Evening doji star. How about this one? Remember the video when I talked about doji candlesticks and pin bars? You know, dojis close and open and close at the same level. Remember that? Indecision in the market. So probably a resistance. They were trying to break it and then they failed. So it kind of held there for a moment. And then the next one opens below the doji, closing down. So this one is pretty similar to bearish abandoned baby. I would say this one is actually, this picture is actually more like the abandoned baby rather than the evening doji, because the evening doji, these 2 candlesticks should be up here, very close to the doji. Once you have a gap like this, we should actually be calling this bearish abandoned baby, because the doji is abandoned because you have the gap. As you can see here, you have the gap after the close of this candle, and then when this one opens here, you have another gap. So if these two candlesticks were a little bit higher up, maybe here around the doji, then we could call it bearish evening doji. So if you Google bearish evening doji star and bearish abandoned baby and you compare the two, you will see what I'm talking about. One has no gap, and the abandoned baby has a gap like this in this picture. So remember that. So once again, after the indecision, the bears took charge. So this is another bearish reversal pattern in an uptrend. So we can move on to number 6. What do we have here? Remember I talked about the bearish 3 outside down pattern. This is the inside down pattern. So it's pretty similar. If we go back quickly, you see the outside down, the candles are outside. It opened outside, the black ones. It opens, at least the one in the middle opens above the bull candle, closes below it. But this one, it's inside down. As you can see, it's inside. It opens inside on the inside body and then closes on the inside. Why is that? Because the bears opened the price here with a gap, so it didn't, after this one closed, price didn't start here. It opened with a gap and then was pushed down, so the bulls couldn't hold the price. And then the next one closes below, just like the outside down pattern. So the bears won this time, another bearish reversal signal. So the last one, number 7, this one is just 3 consecutive black steps or stairs. So like a ladder, 3 black candlesticks, 3 bearish candlesticks all going down. So in an uptrend, price opens near resistance, closes down, and then the next one opens inside the body but closes below the body of the previous one, and so on. So you have 3 bears completely taking charge and no bulls at all in this one, in this formation. So another indication of reversal, bearish reversal. Oh, we can see in the background here, by the way, if you copied my lines, they work from time to time, so the price might come back. You can see here we got the support here in the here just now in the while I was talking. So copy my lines, they're actually pretty good, but make sure you have confirmations with them when you trade them. Look at trend line, look at price action. So if you want to learn more about price action, you're welcome to join our Skype group. It's free, CommuniTraders Live. Just look for it on Skype. Join, say hello, tell me how you found us, and also join the forum, CommuniTraders. The forum you can Google or look in the description for links. We will talk about price action, and we will share some pictures of our chart, so you can copy lines and copy my support resistance lines and ask me questions, and other students and advanced traders and skilled traders. So it's a good community and a good Skype group if you want to advance faster. So these were the 7 reversal patterns in the Japanese Candlesticks playlist. There are more videos you can watch, so make sure you watch them and then look at the price action ones. Sometimes I do live webinars, so make sure you join, subscribe to our channel so you know when we are live, or just join the Skype group and we'll tell you when we are live. So thanks for watching, guys.